Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 5. Ground speed is 0.
This is the GPS telemetry. The brain, little Arduino, Autopilot brain.
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 5.
And
ground speed is 0.
What you're hearing is constant updates sent to my computer from this thing, and I'm programming it right now. So once it's done programming, it'll be a smart car. Rover. Whatever. Time to wake up Frankenstein.
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 11. Ground speed is 0. Heading to waypoint home. Altitude.
Alright, so there's my house from a satellite. That purple car, that's my car right there. Okay. And it's on, these are its signals. It's got telemetry, signal at 99% and GPS.
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is -3.
I'm not using,
ground speed is 0.
Right now it's in learning mode, so it's just learning shit. It doesn't have the battery hooked up. It's got a USB cable and it's using telemetry through this antenna. And I have FPV. That is a camera on the drone on this little teeny screen. And I'm running everything. And now I can program a destination and it'll drive there.
Waypoint home. Altitude is -3.
Yep.
Ground speed is 0.
I can program a destination and it'll drive there, and then I can tell it to come home and it'll drive home. And it's learning obstacles around my property and how to drive around them. That's why it's not the garage, but the corner of the garage. Now it's learning a new obstacle. It's going somewhere else. It's learning all these different...
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is -5. Ground speed is 0.
I got a program in avoidance. That voice you keep hearing when I'm talking, that sounds like a British man or whatever, that is my computer talking, or the program I'm running talking. And yeah. But it didn't drive in the road, so that's good. So it stayed away from the... Yeah, that's not me. That's the computer.
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 9. Ground speed is 0. Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 9. Ground speed is 0.
Alright, so this is my RC Ardupilot Rover. You got the camera on the gimbal. Only thing that's not connected are these ultrasonic sensors. They will be. So that's the lens cap. Kind of got it. I had to zip tie it upside down because the other way, it wouldn't function the correct direction, and I had to intertwine the turning of the camera, the pan of the camera, with the steering on the front, because it would turn in the opposite direction, and that's why this camera gimbal's upside down, so they would go in the turn in the correct direction. And gimbal setting for pan, stabilize setting didn't do a good job, so that's why I had to do it. Got a little flashlight here, running off a separate battery. I'm running a 7.4 volt nickel battery at 1,100 milliamps. Got this for the battery for the flashlight. There's the receiver for the transmitter. There's the Ardupilot. Got a servo on the front for steering, servo on the back for steering. There's the telemetry. Try to get a good view. There it is. There's the battery under there. This is the GPS, and let's go from there. So I gotta kind of like reach down under here and turn it on. Oh wait, it's not plugged in. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I had to turn off the camera and set it down for a second to turn it on. Okay, so let's turn it on. It's all loading, getting ready to load up. I do have FPV goggles that connect, but I'm not going to use them because I got a different way to do it. Alright, so we got the telemetry connected to my computer, got the receiver or transmitter. Got the camera, gotta take the camera lens off. Alright. If you look here, I got my little ground station control. And that's the screen. And then if I go here, connect through the telemetry. I'll connect.
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 0. Ground speed is 0. Armed. Bad GPS health.
Alright. And then I'm going to set it to my Rover settings. Okay. So it's now connected. Getting live updates. I'm in a metal house. So everything's made of metal from like one of those Sears 50s homes.
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 4. Ground speed is 0.
Okay, so I live in a Sears model home from the 50s, so I don't get good GPS signal. But one of the things I did with this was, I'm going to show you now because I have it armed. I had problems with the camera not panning as I was turning, so I couldn't see going around corners. So now, this is what I was talking about where I had it adjusted. So as I'm going around a turn, it will turn the camera in the direction the wheels are turning. That way you can go around a turn fast and still see what you're doing during FPV. And if you're going up a hill, I don't know if you can notice the camera moving, but here, let me like. So if you go uphill or downhill, the camera will adjust to the height of, so you can still operate the vehicle. It will send GPS coordinates to this through telemetry, and then it will travel there. I do plan on putting an OSD chip on it for the camera, so I can get live updates and some other live updates through the FPV. But yeah, so this is my, and it has a rock. I used this rock climbing RC car, so I got the rock climbing suspension. That way I can go off-roading or go over terrain and have it survive. Eventually I'm going to have a servo here on the side and the other side. And when it tips over, a little arm will just flip it back up on its side, or upward, back on the wheels. So eventually it'll have that. But yeah.
Altitude is 4. Ground speed is 1.
Well, this is my drone. and our Rover drone, whatever you want to call it. There's the FPV telemetry. Got the FPV goggles. There's the receiver and car, and well, GPS is taking a while to load on here. So, but it says bad health. But that's okay. I usually get some signal in here, but it's pretty cloudy outside, so.
Heading to waypoint home. Altitude is 5. Ground speed is 0.
But, yeah, this is my little FPV car. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment.